Get over here!
Nice shot.
Saz is cool now.
There it is.
Good chipping.
Okay, starting to get it back. Alright, so, next question. Oh boy.
Okay, so let's try and keep these good vibes going. This comes from Magus Andrus.
Alright.
Is there any weapon you wish you could learn in real life?
Oh, yes, absolutely. I mean... By weapon, do you mean just, like, any weapon in general, or are we talking, like...
Like, if you could be, like, a sword master, or a spear master, or
yeah, because...
a...
Well, what I was thinking is, like, guns are weapons, too.
Yeah, if you want to be a gun master, you can do that. If it's a specific kind of gun, you can do that. If you want to be like Dante.
Yeah. One, because I love the weapon in terms of, like, how it works, and partially because of my namesake, I really want to learn the spear. Particularly, actually, either the halberd or the naginata. Because they're, like, the naginata in particular, because it is an offensive weapon. I feel like
you'd be more of a you're going more for naginata.
It is an offensive weapon, and yet at the same time, it does still have the applications of an offensive weapon. Or, like...
Wait, it has...
It is an offensive weapon,
yeah,
but it has the application... It still has the defensive applications of your classic spear.
Okay, because it gives you space.
It gives you space, it gives you range, yes. I'm gonna try for this.
I believe it was favored by samurai in the Edo period for fighting riders. Oh, man.
That was a nice shot, too! Come on, game!
A little...
Give it to me! Ugh. Alright.
The game seems to think you were being greedy.
Apparently. Please don't go into that mushroom.
Boink. See, they're bouncy. This course is mean. It's a mean course.
It really is.
Also, I wouldn't hit it on that bridge.
Yeah, I know.
That bridge is not going to protect you.
Alright. But yeah, I think the naginata would suit me best, personally.
Are there any weapons you do know in real life? I know you've done archery before.
I have done archery. I have practiced firearms before. I do have a little experience with a sword. Not as much as I would like, mind you, but it's some. I do remember for a time I did practice Kali for a little while.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it's basically the art of stick fighting, but swords can be applied. I remember seeing you pulling off some pretty good tricks with those nunchucks a while ago.
Oh yeah, I have a bunch of because I'm a... Fun fact, I'm actually a black belt in Okinawa style.
He is.
Not that I want to take anybody in a fight, though.
Well...
But we learned a lot of...
Anyway,
we learned, like, basic applications of a lot of weapons. Like, I'm not, like a master, but we learned, like, staff, size, nunchucks. We did a little bit of kama, but I never got too into kama.
Kama is a really interesting weapon.
They're cool.
Concept-wise.
You feel like a mantis.
Huh, is that how it is?
Yeah, I mean,
like,
it's not the same as, like, mantis style, but that's kind of the idea. For a lot of weapons in general, but especially in Okinawa style, or a lot of, feudal Japanese or Chinese weapons, the idea of it was just... because it was very imperialistic, and warlords would watch over different towns, and you were not allowed to really learn how to defend yourself. So you could potentially get in trouble for owning a sword. So instead, a lot of these weapons were farm equipment.
Oh!
So that's where the kama comes out, because it's a sickle. It's for cutting wheat.
You're not wrong.
Or rice, or
that
whatever.
would also explain why in Central American areas during those times, a lot of people favored the machete.
Yeah.
Huh, that makes a lot of sense, actually.
Or, like, if you're carrying water, you got, like, the stick on your back with 2 buckets, and suddenly bandits come in and raid your village.
You have a staff.
You just throw the buckets off, and you got a staff.
That's cool. Huh, I never actually thought of that. I actually never thought of that. I mean, I remember researching it at one point, but yeah, I've never actually thought of that. That's really cool. Alright, so yeah, like, if I wanted to master one weapon, it would be the naginata, in my opinion.
Cool.
Alright, so, next question.
Speaking of Japan,
alright.
This one comes from... I'm trying to read this right. Bubbles is hot. 46853.
What do we... Okay, I don't even want another context behind that.
If so, here... oh, sorry, no. Here we go. Who is your favorite Naruto character?
That would be... It's a toss... No, actually, it's not even a toss-up. It would be Shikamaru. Shikamaru Nara.
You stole mine.
Well, I'm sorry!
It's just because he's, like, the best character.
He really is! Like, at times he gets just as much development as Naruto himself, especially... spoiler warning. 3, 2, 1... Asuma Sarutobi.
Yeah. I think even if you never watched the show and didn't want spoilers, that wouldn't have really, like, spoiled much for you.
I guess not,
You would have been like, what?
I guess not, still. I felt it right to at least give a warning towards that one, because that's a big one, really.
I've actually still never watched Shippuden. I've always meant to, but... So, I'm sure there's even...
I wasn't signed to you, I was signed to that chip.
Well, I deserve a side for that. Also, I've never met Sai because I haven't watched Shippuden, but... all my favorite fights in the original Naruto series are usually ones where it's Shikamaru.
But here's the thing, though. You like Shikamaru, and he's definitely your favorite character in the Naruto series, right? I remember you liking Kiba a lot.
Yeah, Kiba is my other one.
Okay, I was gonna say.
They're my tie, even though the further you get into the series, the less relevant Kiba is.
Unfortunately, even though Akamaru becomes, like, huge. Size-wise, not character-wise.
I had to think about it for a second.
Yeah.
I was not sure what you meant. Because my favorite fight in the series, of what I watch, I haven't watched Shippuden, is actually Shikamaru versus Tamari.
Yes, that is a classic.
In the Chunin exams.
Yeah, it's really interesting, too, because a lot of the... one of the favorites that a lot of people favor in terms of the original series, a lot of people gravitate towards Lee and Gaara.
That's a good fight, too, but I like when it becomes a battle of wits.
Yeah, no, that's the funny thing, because it's really cool to see, like, Shikamaru was always implied to be, like, this slacker. He didn't have a lot of motivation, and obviously he didn't, but for good reason. He was already at the level of a Jonin, even at that point. Like, the guy's a genius. And Asuma is probably the only one who actually understood that.
Yeah.
Because I remember him talking with Kurenai during the Chunin exams, and it's like, Kurenai saw, like, his results and of the tests, and he's a terrible test taker, but only because he doesn't care.
Yeah.
And that's really cool, in my opinion.
And I've known a lot of people like that, and a lot of people, I think, relate to that.
I can see why.
I feel like I'm smart, but I'm just, like, not good at school. Or I'm just not motivated to be good at school.
Yeah. But of all the characters in Naruto, like, I'm sure you and I can agree, Shikamaru is, like, our favorite.
I think the reason why I like Kiba so much, besides it being a guy and a dog, is because of the Naruto Kiba fight.
Oh, Lord, what is this? What is this hole? What is this? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna give it a shot.
Wait, oh,
I'm gonna
okay.
give this a shot.
Alright.
Alright, but I gotta probably aim it here a little bit because of this wind.
And, yeah, the rain's gonna weigh it down, too.
Okay, so in that case, I should probably... Okay, that way, maybe?
I guess.
Okay, I'm gonna try it.
Nice shot.
Oh my god, you're right!
Okay, it works.
What?
That's basic Mario logic.
You've got to be kidding me!
Basic
it
Mario
actually
logic.
works!
Yeah. Okay, you're gonna exploit this now.
Yes, I am, because now that I know... What?
Well, that explains why this is a par 4.
Oh, goodness gracious, great balls of fire! You can't be serious here. Ay, ay, ay. Alright. Alright. I guess we can move on to the next question.
Okay,
Oh, don't tell me that actually went in.
Oh, not quite.
At least it's in there. At least it's there.
At least it's not over the side of a cliff.
Yes.
But it's... I don't know, I feel like it's gonna be a little hard to make this shot.
Not really.
You might be looking at a good par now. Oh. And pops right out onto the green.
That's so ridiculous. Wow.
But like, this is your shot for par now.
Yeah.
It really doesn't give you much margin of error. That's why these courses are so hard to get in first place.
I can see why.
Okay, this is a question that comes from the Nuclear Otaku.
Alright.
Have either of you played Civilization 5? If so, what is your favorite Civ/leader? And do you plan or have you gotten Civilization 6?
No, no, and no.
Okay.
I was never a fan of those games, to be honest. Like, I appreciate what they do. I definitely acknowledge the importance and, like, the fact that a lot of people really like these kinds of games. I'm not a fan of them.
Okay.
I was never a fan of simulation games.
It's just not your thing?
Not my thing at all.
I played Civ 5, and I'm not very good at it, but I really like it. I imagine I would get Civ 6 at some point, but I'm waiting for the price to go down.
Right.
Favorite leader was Sejong, Korea.
Oh, okay.
Going for that science win. It's a neat game. I only really figured it out though because like Nameless Nick was sitting by me the first few times I played and explaining to me how to do things. It's even with the tutorials, it's I think kind of hard to grasp.
Yeah, Nick's definitely one of those kinds of players who would appreciate a game like that.
That's right up his alley.
Yeah, definitely. He's good at it too. Like he has good organization skills and everything.
I like Civ 5 because it's like a board game that could never actually be a real board game. I mean, there are Civilization board games too,
and there are the likes of like Risk, which
yeah,
ugh.
if they took the Civ video game and like you would just need so many tables and dice rolls and stuff to actually play it as a board game.
Yeah, no, that sounds like a nightmare to be honest.
So it's like the most complicated board game, but it's possible because it's a video game, and I like that.
I can see why. Oh, this area looks
That's
nice.
better than like just having Risk and turning it into a video game.
That makes a lot of sense. Again, like, just, they were never games I personally enjoyed. Not saying they're bad games, mind you, they are definitely very good and very important games, because, it kind of has its own niche in, its own niche genre, and that's important. It's just, don't expect me to really get into games like that.
Okay.
But, yeah, there you go.
Cool. I'm gonna keep rolling along.
Yeah, sounds good.
This comes from River Greystoke II. What is the stupidest thing you've ever heard a fictional character say? Granted, this is gonna be off the top of Oscar's head, probably, but... Is there, like, a really stupid line, or...
I'm trying to think of, like, maybe there was something a chaotic evil villain said that is just like, what the hell are you thinking? Oof, that's a good question. I can think of a lot of this. I can think of a lot of stupid things that people I know said, especially if you look towards the news. Don't even get me started.
Unfortunately, those people are non-fictional.
Yes. Oh, that's a good one. I'm gonna have to think about that, but
Sorry, I guess it's not. These aren't the kinds of questions I should be springing on you, I guess.
No. Like, it's fine because it promotes discussion, and like it kind of prepares me for situations like that are going to happen in the future, probably.
I mean, it's improv. It's Let's Plays. It's okay. Well, here's an example I really like.
Yeah.
Because I had time to think about this because I pulled the question.
Right.
The dumbest thing I can ever think of anybody saying ever is Star Wars Episode 1, in the first scene when they go up to meet those representatives of the Trade Federation, you know, and Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon Jinn are in the room, and they close the door and lock it, and they gas them.
Uh-huh.
And then they stand out there for a few minutes, and Newt Gunray, the bad guy, the fish person, standing there with, like, battle droids. Then he has them open the door, and he says, "They must be dead by now. Destroy whatever's left of them." Is the single dumbest thing I've ever...
I get it. That's actually pretty funny.
Like, the whole idea of trapping them in a room and gassing it is that, like,
they're gonna be dead
and they suffocate.
Yeah, they're gonna be dead.
Why don't you just,
what's gonna be left?
But, like, he waits, like... I mean, it's unclear how long, but it seems like 5 minutes, and then opens the doors. Like just keep them in there for, like overnight to make sure they're dead.
Damn hills. I guess, like, the thing is, it could be different. It could differentiate from things like, like stupid as in hypocritically stupid, like say, like there are a few lines I can think of from Bill Hawks in Unwound Future that I can think of, or they're stupid as in like, please stop talking, like say Samus from Other M.
Okay,
There's plenty of lines that, okay, you know what? No, I do have an answer for this now that I think about it, and it was actually in one of my recent videos.
Alright.
Our love is stronger than the world's most pungent pickle.
That's a really good one.
Hisame! Why? Ugh. Like, I actually... Okay, fun little fact about that list. I actually ranked it with the help of a lot of... Wow, I was not expecting that to go in.
I'm giving you actual quiet applause right now.
Anyway, I ranked the top 10 worst Fire Emblem Fates confession quotes with the help of some fellow YouTubers on Skype.
Okay.
And the instant we were going through all of the confession quotes, right?
Yeah.
And the instant we heard that one, we had to pause the video, and everyone was groaning in agony for a good minute.
You gotta take a break after hearing that.
I was like, this is the single most asinine confession, like, thing I've ever heard in a long time.
Like, is that like his character?
He's into pickles.
That's his character.
That's all it is. This guy is into pickles, and apparently, like, it's handled better in the Japanese translation because, you know, Japan.
Like all things.
But like a lot of the stuff that came from Hoshido in Fire Emblem Fates, the English dub just doesn't do it justice. A lot of the meaning behind it is lost in translation, and just hearing the way he said it it's so cringeworthy it hurts.
So if he was speaking Japanese, talking about like brines and pickles, that would be
Super
romantic.
Not super romantic. I'm pretty sure it was awkward in Japan too, but
It would make me feel more like a character.
okay, I was gonna say, like, what happened to the screen there? Let's just say, like, it would have been handled better. Or, like, it would have made a little more sense, maybe.
By the way, check out this super atmospheric Hole 18.
I know. It's really beautiful. But yeah, like, I'm pretty sure, like, that line was handled better in the Japanese dubbing. But, goodness gracious.
There's a lot of good intentional ones, like intentional by the writers.
Yes.
Like, Fry from Futurama has a ton of them.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, don't be a hero, kid, and he says, I'll be whatever I want to do. And just like things like that.
Yeah. That again, that's off the top of my head of what I can think of, and the only reason I came up with it is because that's a recent one.
Yeah, that's a good answer though, I'd say.
Good to know. Alright, so we got time for one more question, so hit me.
Alright, this one is from Chris Kraft.
Don't actually hit me.
I think you've suffered enough. Chris Kraft asks, favorite Smash 4 character to play as?
Little Mac. Fun little fact, actually. I do have my mains. Little Mac is easily my favorite to play as because he is my type of character. He is pure rushdown.
Yeah.
And a couple of others being, I love the heck out of Ryu in that game. He plays amazingly, and I think it's fantastic. But, as a matter of fact, like, take it for what you will, because this was a con tournament, but I actually managed to place 4th in a con tournament with Zelda.
Oscar plays a wicked Zelda.
I actually kind of pride myself in playing Zelda because, like, she's not a really highly celebrated character compared to a lot of the, compared to the rest of the roster in Smash 4. But of all the characters in Smash 4, my favorite to play is still Little Mac. In fact, Nick was watching the tournament at ZenkaiCon where I played as Zelda.
Yeah.
And I was fighting this really, really good Mario player. And he had me on the ropes, so, like, it was, it was, like, near the end, so it was, like, best 3 out of 5. He won 2 games, I still had, like, I still had 0. I switched to Little Mac. And I managed to beat him once before he finally took me down.
Cool.
So I was like, oh man, this is so much fun. And he stuck with Mario, too. Like, he had a wicked Mario. I was really impressed. But, yeah, that Little Mac's my favorite character. In Smash 4, anyway. So...
Very...
Yours is yours still Yoshi?
I think so, yeah.
Yoshi's really damn good in that game. Like, they improved him.
Here's the thing with Yoshi, though. I've been playing Yoshi since he was terrible. And like, terrible, it's all about the tears and stuff, but when Melee first came out, Yoshi was considered, like, one of the worst characters in it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, barring Pichu or whatever.
7th place.
Wow, sticking to the... Yeah.
Well...
That's a hard course.
And then, now we have another one to do. Oh, goodness gracious.
Well, we learned that Oscar really likes pugilist characters and really hates women in Final Fantasy, apparently. That's what we learned today.
I don't hate all of them. Just the ones in 13, apparently. Not that the characters from Final Fantasy X are anything to be too proud of at, like...
Yuna's cool.
Yuna's alright. I wish, and this is no offense to anyone at all, I wish her voice direction was better handled.
I can see what you mean. I feel like that's kind of...
I like her character.
Yeah.
I like her character. Like, I think it's really cool. Just, anytime she opens her mouth... Like, I can see the context. I can see what she wants to say. The delivery is not there.
I think that game's voice acting just hasn't aged very well in general.
It really hasn't. Really, the only one that's good is Auron. And Jet. I do like Jet. Jet's performance in that game.
I like Kimari's performance. Then again, Kimari barely ever talks.
Again, guys. I think we'd better end this before someone accuses me of being a misogynist.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you guys for joining us for Let's Play Mario Golf Toadstool Tour here at the Peach Invitational. I'm the Green Scorpion.
I'm the Comic Foil.
And I'm gonna go hide in a closet until that whole spiel blows over. Yeah.
I mean, you like dressing as women. Just saying.
Yeah, okay, you're not wrong.
Haters gonna hate.
Don't judge me!